speaking of history, I served with Stephanie's dad, Lars, a very effective politician in Pierre. Unfortunately, we didn't have the majority, or we would be much further down the road toward renewable energies of all kinds. We had leadership in Pierre that positively opposed ethanol and wind development, positively opposed it. And one of the consequences is this sheet that I think is a little obsolete, but it shows the comparative taxes in surrounding states. South Dakota comes in at 21,000 per tower compared with Minnesota 500 and some. And that's as of 2003. I'd like to see an update, but this is positively damaging for any wind development in this state. Now, I was always a critic on the taxation committee. What bothered me was that whenever a big organization came in, we could abate the contractor's excise tax and other taxes. But when any smaller business or the common farmer or anybody else who builds anything, he pays sales tax on the materials, then a contractor's excise tax on the whole works. And I thought, this is the stupidest thing that any state does. And it is a shame that we're the only state that still has a contractor's excise tax, for heaven's sakes. So I was interested also when Stephanie was talking about renewable energy bond program. Yesterday, the national publication of the REA had that as a lead article about the proposal, the rescue plan. This was perhaps one of those hateful earmarks, was it? One of those controversial add-ons. But I thought it was very timely that the national publication included that. I hit this morning the website of Minnesota, and they have a newsletter called Windustry. And I printed it out, and it came out blank because on my printer, when there's a green copy, somehow it doesn't print. But they're going great guns in our neighboring state. And I just can't understand why we don't get with it. On the campaign trail, and I've been doing a lot of it door to door, somebody said, why don't we put windmills, wind generators on school and public lands and dedicate that money to the educations, to schools and colleges? And I thought, well, I suppose the answer or the problem is transmission lines. Well, why don't we do what we did when we needed cement? Why don't we bond? Peter Norbeck simply bonded to get a cement plant, $6 million or so, paid off, no problem. And then we go ahead and sacrifice it when cement prices are going crazy. I have a friend who invested in that, and his stock has tripled. Grupo Cementos de Chihuahua. So we've helped enrich Mexico with our generosity. Well, I've said more than enough. Again, it's really great that you came, and I hope to be able to survive another couple years and go back and irritate them in Pierre. Last year, I had irritated them so much. 2 years ago, they raised $32,000 to get rid of me. And I thought, well, 2 retirement parties, I should really relax and take it easy, but it's just in my blood, stubborn German, we call it.